going on, everyone? Welcome back. My name is Riley. Y'all know what we do here if you're a regular, if you're new here. It's Carpet Python Central for YouTube. But today it's going to be a little less sunshine and rainbows. Today is going to be a little bit more of a reality check because last night I took another big L, and it's not even like egg laying season yet, so it's like what could go wrong before we have even gotten into the points where things can really go wrong. Well, yeah, sometimes breeding doesn't go to plan, and if you've heard somebody ever say to you, one of the worst things you can do to your animal is try to breed it, if you understand that, then you'll probably be able to guess what this video is going to be about. I was doing some feeding in the room last night, checking on some animals that have been breeding for me. Offered a meal to a big jungle female who I've been expecting a pre-lay shed from in the next couple weeks. She took the rat. I thought this would be her last meal. Probably stimulate her to go into shed and get that clutch moving. I came in later, and she had decided she changed her mind on the rat, didn't want to eat it. Checked on her a little later and she was dead. Just no rhyme or reason from what I could tell. And it's not the first time this has happened. Last year I lost a very important jungle carpet female in almost the exact same way. The year prior I lost a really special dark Papuan carpet female that I raised from a little red neonate from an import baby. She broke her back laying eggs and had to be euthanized. So this season marks 3 seasons in a row consecutively where I've had a breeding female roll on me. It sucks, and it's one of those things that when it happens, because if you have any number of animals and you're breeding, inevitably you'll experience something. You start kicking yourself and asking what you did wrong. And in the middle of the night, you're not going to take that animal to go get a necropsy. Nothing's open. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get the answers. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like you got to take the good with the bad. You take those L's and you take them on the chin. And you keep going because you've got a lot of other animals that rely on you, and the success is made that much sweeter after these speed bumps, so to speak. So yeah, I was on the fence about even putting this in a video because it's kind of morose and not pleasant. But it is the reality of breeding snakes, and as much as YouTube only allows you like a little snippet, a little window into my world, it'd be pretty disingenuous of me to only show you the positive, fun, exciting stuff and leave out what, also happens. So, but yeah, it sucks. She was probably due to have a big clutch. It would have been really nice to prove that girl out and get a healthy clutch from her. She had an interesting history, and yeah, really sucks. So if you've ever debated breeding your animals, but the animal you'd want to breed is so special to you you couldn't fathom losing it, maybe don't breed it. Just food for thought. But since I didn't want to just make this one morose video of, there's no snakes in it, it's me talking about something kind of miserable and sad, I figured we could be a little uplifting at the end here, and I will introduce you to a somewhat newer individual to the family. I mean, I've had her for a little bit here, but she's been in quarantine. And yeah, we'll end on a high note. We'll have this reality check, and then we'll go into the next chapter, and we'll just have a yin and yang video, good and bad, pros and cons. So with that being said, I would like to introduce you all to a new member of my snake family, a bit of a classic, if you will. some nostalgia to me, and just something that has even more meaning in a lot of different ways. So, but she's cool. So, take a look. And on a high note, thank you guys for sticking it through this little monologue thus far. If you have, I know it's kind of sad and boring, and a lot of you are probably like trying to click through to see the snakes. So, I won't disappoint. So let's go take a peek at the new girl, and we'll talk about what I mean when I say I'm trying to bring back a classic. So this right here is a brand new tiger jag, new to the family. She's a 2019, so makes her about 4 years old. The tiger jag is a beautiful reduced pattern animal that I find kind of uniquely beautiful, and I have a little bit of history with them, given Todd Dyer gifting me one graciously and teaching me so much about these animals years and years ago. So they hold a special place in my heart, and this particular animal was very unique, a very rare and hard to find animal these days, given how much negativity is spread about anything that has any deficiency, such as the jag gene, which unfortunately is just a developmental deficiency in some of the inner ear structures in the animals. So it's not anything to necessarily be afraid of, but I can understand why people steer clear. But for me, the nostalgic factor makes me want to bring this classic back. So here's a good example of why I love them so much. So you know what a tiger jag is, and you remember the one that I had long ago.
I do. It's when you take a tiger and jaguar and you make... No, I'm just kidding. It's a type of carpet python.
So why is that one so important? Like, why did I go head over heels on that one all of a sudden?
It was one of your first snakes. Not snakes, carpet pythons.
And so what's the significance of this new one that just came in?
It's like, for lack of a better word, it's retro. It's flashback. Like, you're going back to basics, and you're just kind of bringing it back. And after you lost Jewel, kind of lost touch, but you found a new one that's almost as good. I'm sure she's great, but she's not Jewel. So you get to kind of start all over.
So yeah, this animal means a lot to me for nostalgic reasons, but I also feel like this is a lost classic in the carpet python world that has sort of fallen off grace, lost its appreciation, and deserves to be recognized, not only in the history of, Morelli in the United States, but just because if you want a jag and you don't want a lot of neuroexpression, these tend to be a great example. A beautiful, very reduced pattern, wonderful animal, and I love them for a whole host of reasons beyond what we're talking about here. So just thought I would share. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I know it started a little hard and heavy and ended on a little more of a positive and brighter note, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. That tiger jag to me is a classic animal. Hoping to sort of bring back some emphasis on those in the hobby and maybe reduce the stigma against jags in that way, just a little bit anyway. But yep, as you can see, empty enclosure where that jungle used to reside remains empty for now. So RIP honeybee. But anyway, if you're watching this and you made it this far, you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. If you need any 3D printed perches or anything awesome like that, don't forget to hit up helliguyserpents.com or on Instagram. If you have any questions for Chris, go for it. If you're shipping, make sure to ship right with Reptiles Express. Definitely go get your savings started going there. And if you aren't already a member of USARC, please go join up today and help increase their membership and contribute and give back to the lobbying group that helps us fight for maintaining our rights to keep these reptiles. And last but not least, if you're interested in joining the awesome Patreon community we have started going for this channel here, you can find me on Patreon under my name, Riley Jimison. All Patreon members get first crack at babies that are going to be born, and a discount over at Helly Guy Serpents on all of those 3D printed perches and awesomeness. So lots of good stuff going on. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hang out with me some more, and I will see you guys next time. Later.